Hi there, Dave Millar, Millar and Company Real Estate, here to talk to you about flooding. Well, I guess I don't really need these. We've only had 3 rainstorms all year, but in a major flood out on the Russian River in West Sonoma County, this, my friends, is one of the first places that floods. And you know, we're about a half a mile from the river. You would think that being by the river would be the first place to flood. But oh no! What happens is Mill Creek comes in, hits the river, backs up, and then your low-lying areas are the ones that flood. I get asked all the time, Dave, is this in a flood zone? And really, anything near a body of water is going to be in a flood zone. But you've got to have an agent or a professional that knows the area. Now this area here is very low-lying. And you can always tell that by looking at the houses in the neighborhood that you're looking for a home in. That house where the deck is called the 100-year floodplain. And what that is that's a line that the county has determined that all homes that are going to be built to code per today's codes and standards have to be built above that line. So anything below that could flood. And technically, what if you've got a 200-year flood? You may get water up that high, but most likely you're safe above that 100-year flood line. The only way to tell where that line is to hire a professional surveyor, and they will come out and shoot that line for you. So if you're buying a home, what is called an elevation certificate. If the seller has an elevation certificate, that certificate is going to designate in paper and writing where your house sits. And then each neighborhood could be different. You can look at the plane of the street. In some streets, it doesn't look like much, but if you go over 20 yards, that could be 5-6 foot difference, which could put you in the floodplain. So best rule of thumb is always look at the houses around the house that you're buying. If the house that you're buying is down on the ground and the one next door is that high, your house most likely floods. Also, you've got to talk to a surveyor to get that elevation certificate if one doesn't exist, and talk to your insurance agent. He's going to be able to tell you about flood insurance. It's different than home insurance. It's an additional policy that you get, and the prices are pretty much the same, but you always got to check rates against other companies. It's a federally mandated policy. So it's like the same flood insurance that people get in Florida or along the coast in North Carolina is the same flood insurance they provide here. Government mandates it. If you've got a home loan, if you've bought a house from a bank, the bank's going to make you have flood insurance anyways. So if you've got any other questions about flood insurance, please give us a call. And remember, real estate should be fun.